model?
This is a CS. So today we're going to be looking at what you do with your CS306 chainsaw when you come back from trail maintenance and you've used it. Alright? So most of the time you just gas it and put some oil in it. Sometimes you can't even get the guard off the top of it because it's so cold and it doesn't want to come off. This one we keep the tip on there, which made it a little bit harder to come off, so that you can cut close to the ground like this, and that protects the tip. So that's one of the reasons we leave this one. My chainsaw, we don't have the tip on that one. So really it's really simple when you come back from a trail maintenance and you've done some work and you know you've used the chainsaw. Check to see that the chain is tight, okay? You can't pull it away, but it still slips around. You put gas in there, and it's full because I just maintained it the other day, so you fill it with gas. Then you fill up the oil reserve, because the automatically oils the chain as you're using it. And your chain will really get hot and you'll warp the bar if you don't use it. Have that in there. So that's really the basic things you do when you come back from a trail maintenance and you say, okay, I've got it, I want to just put it back in service. Now, a little bit more extensive stuff you do is you get a lot of crap built up in here. So that we want to take out of there today. So you do this when you have to change the chain on there. You have to take this guard off. This is the automatic integrated into this is a automatic lock for the chain, and it's recommended that you start the chainsaw up with that locked. And what you'll see in here, if I take this off, there's a lot of buildup of debris and stuff like that. I'm trying not to adjust the chain at this point in time because I don't feel like doing that, but we'll probably end up having to do that in the end. You can see how the fine sawdust of the dead trees, builds up in here. So this is where we, scrape it and put it into the recycling, not the recycling bin, but the trash bin. Because it builds up in here and it eventually will give you problems as far as the chain working properly. Alright, I'm going to have to adjust it. Scrape most of it in here. Then we're going to use a little air to blow the rest of it out. Again, anytime you're using air, you want to be careful of your eyes. Have something on that's going to protect you. Just right. Alright. I'm going to step away from my cameraman a little bit so I can blow this thing up. Why I have my glasses on. Eye protection. So this thing flopped down on me, so we're going to have to adjust it anyway. So we're going to take the chain, loosen it up a little bit here. There's a little screw right here that you loosen things with. Since this has got a tip on it, it makes it a little bit harder to get it loose and out of here, but we're going to do it that way. Again, we've got all this stuff built up in there from the soft, rotten wood that we were cutting the last time we used this, or the time before that. And it mixes in with the oils and stuff like that. And we try to get most of it so we can just put it in the trash, and then eventually we'll blow off the rest of it and protect your eyes when doing that. So this little baby right here is the centrifugal clutch that springs out as the RPMs go faster. It stretches out these springs and makes contact with this, which then makes contact with the gear down underneath there, which is the gear underneath there that drives the chain.
Let me know if you need another hand.
What we're going to need you to do is to take this SD card and edit it.
Oh.
Now we're going to blow out the rest of that stuff. So. And it's important not to get a lot of stuff inside that centrifugal clutch, because that's oily stuff would cause you problems there. Amount of oil on here is indicative that the little spigot that feeds the chain was probably a little plugged up with this stuff, and that's why you got so much accumulation of oily sawdust. Would be my guess. So like the other equipment, I usually don't worry about the air filter. It has an air filter right here. This is a once a year change, or every 2 year change of the air filter. If you get into some really bad conditions like we've been in, it really could be used. It could be changed right now. I don't have a new one right this moment to put in there, but you see the buildup on there? That's blocking the airflow. So it'd be a good thing for me on Monday to go up to Saxby's and get a new air filter, because this is what we keep these on the truck or ready to go year round in case a tree comes down. So that air filter should be replaced.
Can it be brushed off?
It can be brushed off. It can be blown out. There's lots of different things you can try with it. You can get some of it off, but the oil gets in there and it starts to slow things down.
chances are we might be using the chainsaw this winter as trees come down.
Oh, definitely. Reinstall the air filter. That's that thing sticking out there. Just crank it on down because it's stuck in that spot. Good. In addition to replacing the air filter, about every 2 years, you replace the spark plug. It's the same spark plug that we've been looking at on the other machines. So now we get to the hard part.
What do you set the gap to on the spark plug? What does the gap get set to?
Darned if I know.
Okay. We'll search that out and find out for you, folks.
Whatever comes out of the package generally works. Now there's a specific spark plug you want to use, and there's a special, generally a gap, as Dave says, that you want to go to. But
then you need the tool as well.
But then you need the gapping tool, which I couldn't find earlier today, so, we're not going to worry about it right this moment. All right, so we got this cleaned out. We're going to clean this out a little bit more. This is one of the messier jobs that you do because of all the sawdust. And it's not the normal trees, it's the dead, rotten trees that create this gunk inside here.
But then usually the only trees that we're dealing with are dead ones.
What's that?
Generally the only trees that we deal with are dead ones.
Or the ones that have gotten a little bit too much weight on them from the grapevines. The next thing you do is since we got to put the bar back on, you run this down a little bit so it's looser.
Down the bar.
Okay? And the way the bar sits on here goes like this, over that, and then as you tighten it, it moves this thing out to tighten the chain. Okay? So the next thing to do is to try to get the chain back on. And it's kind of a thing that's, you got to have it in the right spot at the right time.
Right direction and a wrong direction on the chain?
Definitely. You look at the chain and you want to have the teeth coming this way towards the bottom and the teeth, the sharp edge, going that way on top. If you don't do that, it don't work very well. Flip her down this way. Hard part is getting it to line up, especially with this tip on there. You get everything into the groove and lined up. Once you do, get that thing sit there. You find your little knots there. And you'll leave it loose for right this moment and put and this is your brake right there. So when it's released like that, it squeezes it down and squeezes on there so it won't go around. And that's a safety feature. When it's like that, it should be going around. So that slips right on there over the centrifugal clutch. So he doesn't want to do it. Doesn't want to be filmed. It's giving me a hard time. And you put the nuts on, and you snug them up just to the point where it's holding everything together in the right spot. But you want it too tight because then you won't be able to tighten the chain up. Oh my God, get on there. One of the disadvantages of having gloves on. There's a little screw right here that you tighten now. Go clockwise on the screw head, and you should see the bar starting to tighten up. If it doesn't, that means you lost your grip on the little hole back in the bar. Tighten up a little bit more, but not too much. So again, we want the bar to, the chain to come out, but not all the way. We're going to tighten it up a little bit more yet.
Well, in the center, maybe it comes out 1/8 of an inch. Maybe.
1/8 to 1/4. I mean, you want it to come out enough so that you know that it'll go around. Okay.
And it will loosen up as it heats up.
Hmm?
It will loosen up as it heats.
Yep. And you tighten the two bolts down. And we check it to see if it's actually going to run and work. Woohoo! We ain't going to be using this baby.
Yeah, bulb is.
The bulb just blew apart. So now we got to replace that. Okay. Well, we're not going to test this one out right this moment because the bulb just blew out of there, and without that on there, there's no pressure for the gas to flow properly in there. Not sure what like anything else, exposed to gasoline, and this one actually got exposed to the gasoline with alcohol in it. The rubber parts will rot out. But this is why you check it after the trail maintenance.